This is a video by Richmond. Today we're working on a Model A Ford. This happens to be a 1931 model. And what we're doing today is we're checking the accuracy of the gas gauge. The first thing we're going to do is take the ground cable off the battery. The next thing we need to do is make up a hooked wire, just like this. This is about a foot long or so. Next, we need to remove the gas cap. Now this works better if there's no fuel in the tank, but if there is fuel in the tank, you can still do this procedure. Now if you look in the tank, you can see the wire to the float down there. So what you want to do is go down here with your hooked wire, grab a hold of the wire from the float and pull it up just like this till it hits the top of the tank. You hear that? The float is right against the top of the tank. Now we have to go inside and check the gauge and see where it's at. Now here is what the gauge looks like with this particular float up against the tank. As you can see, the F mark is lower in the window than it should. It should be directly in the middle of the window. So we're going to have to bend the float wire so it puts that F directly in the middle of this window right here. And that would be adjusted correctly. Now to bend that wire, we're going to use this piece of metal right here, which is about 1.5 feet long, about 3/4 of an inch wide by 1/16 in width. And what I did, if you can see it here, is I ground out a little recess in there to catch the wire right on the end. So that's the tool we're going to use. Now to adjust the float wire, in this case we need to flatten the wire out a little bit. So I'm going to go down with this tool, make contact right there with the wire and push down on it. Now I'm going to go and check the gauge and see if it's adjusted. Now the F is right in the middle of the window, and that's all it took was to bend that wire, and now our fuel gauge is adjusted properly. Now if the float level is too high, which is the opposite of this one right here, what you need to do is fabricate something with a hook on it and pull up that wire to put more curve in it, and that will bring it down into the center of the window. So that's all there is to adjusting a fuel gauge on your Model A Ford.